I gotta warn you, before you try any of this, seriously consider your health conditions. In preparation for the 4448, I needed to do plenty of exercise to stress my legs for the upcoming challenge. I ended up doing all types of exercises, but on one occasion, I created an event for myself that ended up stressing me way more than I thought and became an event all in itself. I wasn't prepared for what was to come, and it pushed my limits. Hello. So what do we have for the menu today? So I'm gonna call this the Fourvière 500, which means I'm actually gonna run up to the Basilica of Fourvière and then run down to the Roman ruins and then run up the stairs up there, do 100 squats, run back down and do this 5 times and see how my legs hold up. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but it will sure be a hell of a challenge. So let's give it a go. I wanted to show you a full view of what the course is actually like before I start showing you any footage of me doing my first round of 100 squats. Remember, I also added 50 push-ups to every time I go to the Roman theater and have to do my squat sets. But you can see that this is pretty challenging. It's fairly steep and it's far more exhausting than it seems. By the time you reach the Basilica, you're pretty exhausted and you're out of breath, and you realize now that you have to run all the way down back to the Roman theater. Here, you will be met with a large set of stairs that are far more challenging than you think. So I broke it down to 50 squats, 50 push-ups, and another 50 squats after this. But this is when I realized how challenging this was gonna be, because then I realized I was gonna take a lot of stress running on the way back down, and then I had to run back all the way up again. By the time I made it up to Fourvière again on my second round, I realized just how much more time this was going to take and how difficult this was actually going to be. And I had no idea what I had just gotten myself into. This is when my mind started to go a little bit haywire and started making me wonder how far I was going to be able to go and if I wasn't pushing myself way too much before this event. But we had to continue with the work, and that's what we did. When you reach this point, it starts to become dangerous because you're not thinking straight and you're exhausted, and any step can make you fall. And if you fall going down these stairs, it can cause some serious injuries, and there's plenty of places where you can sprain your ankles. When you're running with all this weight going downhill, you start to feel your knees buckle and your legs start to twitch a little bit. So it's much scarier going down than going up, because you can really lose your balance and take a nasty fall. And once the exhaustion sets in, your mind is just in a completely different place, and you are just in a mindset of fail or go. There you go. On my third ascent, I decided to go backwards, thinking that it would take a little bit of pressure off my knees and my legs. 2 to go after this. But going forward, I'm not sure it really helped. I think it made it worse. It's my third one. I'm not done with my squats yet. I'm about to climb up, finish that, run down, and do it 2 more times. But running forward this time. Ooh, I'm dying. With exhaustion, my camera work started to get shaky, and I started to lose form with my exercises. But I was super exhausted, and it was very difficult to just continue and to hold my form, but I knew that I had to go as much as possible and that I was already halfway there. I'm dying. Third one down. No joke. Three times. 2 to go. Fourth time up. This is exhausting. By the fourth round, my legs were completely done and I was cramping all over the place. It was brutal. It's number four. Number 4. 1 to go. By this point, I was completely exhausted. It became nothing but a mind game. But I knew that I had to continue even though my body didn't want to cooperate with me because I had already gone this far and I had one more round to go. I was so exhausted it was difficult to do anything, but I had already worked for 3 hours. I had to finish this. Whew. On my way down, I got one more. I'm dead exhausted. My knees are killing me. I don't think I'm going to be able to run the last one, but we'll see. My knees were in a lot of pain at this point and I was in bad shape. I wasn't sure that I'd be able to run up for the last round. 1 to go. I'm out of water. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to run up, but either way, I have to make it to the top, do my 100 squats, and get this bitch done with. It's been about 3 hours, 9 since I started. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but let's go. It's difficult to convey what you're feeling at this point in time going through so much pain. It's just, you're on automatic and all you want to do is just finish. But things feel much more difficult and much slower. At this point, it's hard to run up. My legs can't sustain the pace, but I'm walking as fast as I can. I'm almost to the top. Even though I was completely exhausted, there was no stopping at this point, despite all the pain. So this is my last ascend. I'm going down to do 500 squats. I won't lie to you, my legs are killing me. I think I'm super exhausted. And let's see if I can survive this one and actually complete the 500. I ran out of battery. My headphones ran out of battery. I can't run down with this vest. My knees are shot. They're really killing me. I'm trying my best just to walk as fast as possible, but I gotta finish this. I'm almost done. I'd be lying if I told you this wasn't really tough. I mean, I didn't even train for this. I didn't prepare for this. It just sounded like a good idea for a Saturday. But to be honest, not bad. I want to try it out next time without the vest and see how much faster I could do it, because it really starts to take a toll on my shoulders. My shoulders are killing me and I still have those 100 squats to go and those 50 push-ups to go. I think this was the hardest part for me because climbing up those last stairs, I knew I'd have to go up the hill all the way, and then there were 100 squats and another 50 push-ups waiting for me. I knew what I had to do. I knew what I had accomplished, but even with all that, my legs were just in so much pain and I was so done. All I wanted to do was get to that bottom of the hill, finish up, get some rest, and be proud of what I had just accomplished for today. And I think this sort of training more than compensated for preparation for the 4448. And I wouldn't recommend to do this right before, but I'd say it's a fun thing to do. On my final descent, I can't run down. My knees are just locking. So I'm just trying my best to get down as fast as I can, but this is all downhill from here. But I still got those last stairs right before I get to the bottom. So let's see how that goes. At this point, it was impossible to run, especially with that weighted vest. My knees were just taking a toll and I was done for the day. I was super exhausted. This is where the knees are taking that damage, and I can feel all that pain from the pressure of the weight on my knees every time I step down. So I'm almost there. Whew, what a challenge. Ooh, finished. I wish I could tell you I feel good, but I feel like a truck ran me over. Good experience. Good preparation for 4448. Let's see if it helps.